All right, what is up, everybody? Shadow Scout 0013 here, reporting in for another list build. Today we're gonna go over a CIS skirmish list. Um, I've had a few requests for it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. If you have a request for any lists or any ideas, or if you have something that you kind of are, wanting to figure out, maybe an outside perspective might help. So if you have any requests, or if you have any suggestions, or if you have any lists that you have a question about, go ahead and comment below. I'll try to make a list explaining it. If you have any strategies, or if you've had lists ideas that have worked, let me know. It'd be cool to kind of come up with something for it. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. And if you haven't already, go to my Instagram at ShadowScout0013, where I'll post like photos of any things that I do, like battle wise and or terrain that I have, or any lists I have used. So yeah. All right. So to begin with, I'm going to go with the Kraken. There aren't very many videos that I have with the Kraken. So let's go ahead and just kind of like talk about it for a second. So the Kraken has strategize 1. So you gain a suppression token, choose a friendly unit at range 1, and then it'll gain an aim and a dodge. So at the cost of a suppression, you can give out an aim and a dodge to someone. That's pretty cool. He's got charge. So after you perform a move, you can perform a free melee attack. And that's pretty cool because he's got 4 red dice and he surges to crit. So, I mean, that's freaking phenomenal if you ask me. Override 2. So when a friendly unit range 1 to 2 activates, you may gain another suppression, basically, or a suppression, basically. And if you do, you can ignore that unit that is going, will ignore their AI during the activation. So you might not need, HQ uplink, because for the most part, you can, it just in case, if you have, the points for it, then take it. If not, then you might not have to worry as much, because of override 2, you just got to worry about suppression at that point. And then sharpshooter 2. So when performing a ranged attack with your 2 black that surge crit, that's pretty cool. Range 1 to 3, you gain sharpshooter 2, so no one's gonna ever have cover. So you might be able to go ahead and put 2, at least one kill if you can score something. So that's cool. That's not bad. I think that this is pretty awesome. If you were to give him tenacity with that 1 training slot, he'd have 5 red at surge to crit, which I think is what Dooku has. It's not, pierce 2 or impact 2, but you're still rolling 5 red at or 5 red with a possible pierce 1 with surge to crit. He's only got 5 health and 2 courage, but he's got a lot of upgradable stuff that we can put on him. So we'll go ahead and take him. And for this one, let's just go kind of like generic-y. So I kind of want some Magna guards because the Magna guards have been pretty great. So let's see. Since the super tactical droid has a red defense dice for save and a surge to hit crit, the Magna guards are red also in saving and their surge to hit, and they're going to work really well with the Kraken. So you're going to have, the AI Magna guards with retinue being able to gain an aim or a dodge, and then for free. And then maybe you did override and you didn't have to worry about the AI dodge move, then you can, or if you didn't have to worry about it, you could just get the dodge for free and then obviously AI move, and then you have charge, or do something else. I mean, I like these guys a lot. I feel like they've seen a lot of play and they're doing really, really well. So we're going to go ahead and use them. For right now, at the moment, we're going to go with the Electrowet Magna Guard, which is 2 red at range 1 and in melee. They're going to gain an immobilized token, and you gain versatile, so you can perform ranged attacks with this weapon while engaged. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go with one of those, and tenacity, because they're going to have 2 health each, and it's going to be great to add a red dice just in case, if you need it. If not, technically up close and personal would also be another good one that you can put on them. So up close and personal and situational awareness would be good. Or sorry, so for like attacking, if you want to use these guys to mostly attack, up close and personal and tenacity, I feel like would be pretty cool. I'm going to wait on that for a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do another one. And if you wanted to do one with the the Magna Guard RSP-6 with the rocket launcher, basically. Critical 2, impact 2, not cumbersome, not have to recharge. I feel like that's, I mean, fantastic. So you might as well. You don't have to have tenacity with them though. So maybe what you would have is offensive push. Maybe you want to free another aim just in case. Who knows? But you don't need it because you're going to be getting a retinue just in case. If you're close enough, you will have that aim. So you might not have to use it. And then so maybe you're going to use this one to attack a lot. Maybe you can use up close and personal instead. Now with the Kraken, for getting override and other stuff like that and strategize, there's probably going to be a ton of suppression on the table. So at least for the Kraken, maybe endurance would be great for this. You could use tenacity, but for now we're just going to go with endurance, and then maybe comms relay, because if you were to, there's lots of ways to be able to, instead of just giving the Kraken an order, you could give it to someone else and then start a chain. It's kind of up to you at that point. And really, honestly, if you wanted to give out more aims and or dodges, you could. Maybe you wanted the Magna Guard to do even more. Say you wanted, to do that, you could. Strict orders, just in case, would be fine, because maybe the Kraken might have, a fate supporter token, but if you're going to be using comms relay, you might not. So there's no need for that with endurance and comms relay. So honestly, you might not really need anything else. You could do lead by example, but for the most part, I think that this is fine. And you're going to be saving points for other things. So let's put some battle droids on here. And how about we just give them, a heavy? We'll give them just a cheap one. The range 1 to 3, 3 black would be fine. If you really wanted the range, the E5s, that wouldn't be too bad either. You do 2 of those. Let's try a third one. So that's 6 activations. You still have 12 points that you can do with whatever you want. So maybe you wanted to, with the Electro Whip guard, go with up close and personal. And then maybe with the other ones, if you wanted more aims, you could do more aims. Maybe you wanted into the fray, just in case. Or maybe instead of up close and personal, you could do into the fray. And then do up close and personal with Magna Guard. Because even at range 2, you can still fire this. Just at range 1, you can't. So, yeah. So, let's see. I mean, with a lot more, you've got 6 activations. It's all droids. It's 3 points left. What you could do technically is maybe get rid of, 2 of those and give yourself the E5 instead. E5C. There's your 10 points. If you really wanted to, put an HQ uplink on there just in case, you could. And then you reduce your range by 1. You're reducing, the red and a white to 3 black. And instead of, I think, critical 1. Yeah, so instead of having critical 1 with your guys, you're just, shooting a regular gun. But at least you're still having a packed army. So there's 6. There's the Kraken, with a bunch of stuff. This is a pretty simple video. Let's see. So, or, simple list, I should say. Now, ambush would be great to have, and then they too will suffer. If, you gave it to your super tac droid, you could use comms relay to give it to, one of the Magna Guard, and then use your, HQ uplink to daisy chain all the way up to the other Magna Guard, and then your Kraken is the only thing left. So you don't have to worry about override or anything like that. And you still have pretty good order control. Orbital strike would be good, because then again, you could do the same thing. Instead of giving it to here, you could just give it to one of the battle droid or Magna Guard, and then use the other battle droid if you recovered to go all the way through again. And then even with you could do preservation protocol. Since everyone's going to have AI anyway, you could just give it to these guys. And then since you've got 2 Magna Guard, you could give it to your 2 Magna Guard. And then they can be able to disengage and then have impervious just in case. And they gain a dodge. So the amount of dodges you can stack on these guys would be just insane. So we'd go with that one. And then Roger, 3 droid troopers. I mean, they're pretty much all droid troopers anyway. So I would go with that one. And it's also just going to give out even more dodges and or surges. And then with do not underestimate our means. Can't talk today. Basically, if it wasn't divulged, you can choose up 2 friendly units with face-up order tokens, and they can recover. So it's not like you have anything that can recover necessarily, except for your HQ uplink. If you really wanted to, instead of with the Magna Guard, instead of up close and personal, the RPS Magna Guard, instead of up close and personal, you could do offensive push. Or protect. I mean, you don't need protector. There's no reason for that. So offensive push, and then you get that free, recover. So that's just another aim. Yeah. And I mean, you could also, if you wanted to, with the Magna Guard or with the RSP, if you didn't want, up close and personal, you could also give yourself situational awareness, since the amount of dodges they're going to be getting already is insane. You could just go with that. Save yourself a few extra points. You got 5 points somewhere else that you can, put somewhere. And since you're going to be shooting a lot with these guys, you could do up close and personal with them. Yeah. So that kind of gives you, the 6 activations, and the Kraken. It's just kind of like a different list, just in case. I'm going to come up with another one in just a minute that I'll post. That is all, CIS again with Cad Bane, and see just kind of like the things that we can do with suppression with Cad Bane next. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, like, and then leave a comment below what you think you would do with this, or the other upgrades that you might be able to put onto them, just kind of, for other people to see and whatnot. And then, the objectives that would be best is just, I mean, there's really just 4 of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So just pick one. But all right, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.